HTML5 doesn't allow us to do typography the right way, doesn't allow us to package the content in the right way. It's not there yet. But that is the way this battle is going to play out. Over the next few years, it's going to be apps versus HTML5. I hope HTML5 will win. We are building HTML5 into our app to bring the file size down. If it works in the app, we can then port it to the web. Maybe HTML5 is the answer. Maybe HTML5 will allow the web, the idea of the web, to survive and still serve the business needs of the companies that want to charge for content and the emotional needs of the readers who want a rich experience. So I just wanted to end with this metaphysical question, which is that as we move to these new forms of media, we have to ask ourselves, what business are we in? And we say, what is a magazine? And we build a tag cloud. It's a periodical, it's got a front cover, it's got paper, it's got a subscription, it comes in the mail, it's an event when it arrives, it's got a little bit of Christmas, 12 times a year, design is really important, it's got page numbers as navigation, jump pages. These are all these things that people correlate with magazines. It's what we do every month. But as we rethink media in a new digital platform, we have to ask, which one of these things is really what a magazine is? And which one of these things are just due to the 20th century rules of printing? And so we start taking things away. We take away the mail when we go to this platform. We take away the jump pages. We take away the page numbers. We take away the back page, the spreads. The feature well goes away. The front of the book goes away. The hierarchy, the linear path through the magazine goes away. Oops, and those don't go away. I'll just, we seem to have, anyway, this is what's left. What's left is the spine of what media is in my world. The notion of the periodical rather than the stream. The web is a stream. The apps come out when they come out. There's a sense of an event. The sense of a package that you can't break it up into the parts and have as much value. The notion of being able to subscribe to content, to have a relationship with a brand that you pay for. The importance of design. Something that has been really, really not lost, but underused on the web, simply because of the constraints of HTML. This could be the golden age of design. Between HTML5 and Objective-C, we have the capacity to remind people how much value a well-designed product can make, that connects things in ways that make sense. The front cover still matters in the way that what's on any given website at any given minute does not matter as much as what a great brand decides to put forward 12 times a year. And this event, the idea that publishing waits until it's ready, still has value. Hierarchy. There is some things that are more important than other things. And the implicit information in what is above and what is below is something people want and helps them understand a complex world. And finally, the power of curation. There's a lot of information out there. What a brand does is it has a worldview. It looks at the world out there and selects the things that comply with its worldview, packages them, and presents them to the consumer. That's the power of a curator. And curators are more powerful than ever today when there's more information that needs curation. And so finally, we then add things. We add video, we add music, we add animation. We can add sound so that you can have an audiobook version of this as well. We add interactivity, social media layer, Twitter and Facebook. We add spinning around photographs and living photographs, game dynamics, achievements, things like that. We add web content, but we add it in a way that fits neatly into the design package rather than subsuming it. And then finally, we add the possibility of retail. That finally you have a platform that can not only talk about products, but sell them effectively, that doesn't interfere with editorial qualities. And now you have a new way of thinking about a magazine. Right now we're doing it on this platform here. But I hope and believe that this can be the future of the web as well. That with HTML5, we can find a way to bring this experience to your browser in a way that is not lost in a river of other distractions. So what this finally does is it presents a new business model. I have to show this slide, but this is the normal long tail slide, but let's change the axes. Rather than popularity of content, let's talk about money. This is a classic price segmentation analysis. Everybody does this in business school. You have your number of customers on one axis and the different price on the other. And right now, we have three prices. We have the web, which is free. And that we have, tens of millions of readers on the web, hundreds of millions of page views. We have another price, which is 80 cents, and that's what you get when you subscribe to a print magazine. And we have about a million readers there. And then finally, there's $5, which is what you pay on the newsstand. And we have about 80,000 readers there. So, that is our segmentation. And as you can see, that's not enough. We're missing all sorts of prices. Distribution has gotten in the way of our economics. And so what you think about is, how do these new distribution platforms allow us to try experiment with new prices? Just take this one price, $1.99. What if you could distribute content for $1.99 on the iPad? It's less than print, but it's more than an annual subscription in print. What if it were not an annual subscription, but just a monthly subscription, like your mobile phone bill? What if it were more content than the print edition, so it felt like you were getting something for your money? What if our marginal cost of distribution were close to zero? What if you could reach a global audience without being constrained by print distribution? $1.99 is a very interesting price for us because it's a way to rebalance the equation for the media industry from being 100% or 80% advertising driven to a balance between advertising and consumer payments. That balance is a healthier place for everybody. It's healthier for the businesses because we have two revenue streams. It's healthier for the consumers because our economic interest is now aligned with the readers, not just the advertisers. And it's healthier for the advertisers in that they're not the sole support for this media. This media has its own life, its own business model. It is self-sustaining, and advertising can fit in a natural way rather than being forced in unnaturally to cover all the costs. So we're going to experiment with more prices. $1.99 is just one. We can go all the way up to $1,000 for a conference, let's say. Or maybe 99 cents for a single story, the way iTunes works for single songs. Maybe 25 cents for a single view. We can experiment with price segmentation on these new platforms in a way we have not been able to do in print and not yet on the web. So my message here is that the web is dead, long live the web. We believe that what the rise of these new non-web platforms have shown us is consumers want simplicity. They want ease of use. They want beautifully designed interfaces. They want immersive content. They're willing to pay for it. Right now, that has forced us into closed platforms. But I have every hope that HTML5 and other new technologies will deliver what they want while returning to the fundamental idea of the open web, and the web will be alive once again. Thank you very much.
Bene, adesso è il momento della sorpresa a cui abbiamo accennato.